What is up, Pokepeeps and Masters? It is Russ here, PokeRuss here, and we are back for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Actually, we haven't had a Yu-Gi-Oh! Video in a while on the channel, but we got something brand new that just came out today. We have two brand new Speed Duel starter decks. So Speed Duel is a format of Yu-Gi-Oh! That they've been doing that pretty much mimics Dueling. So we're going to pop open one of these decks today, which actually has 3 different decks in it. We're going to pop open the other one tomorrow. So we're going to actually save the Duelist of tomorrow for tomorrow's video. We're going to pop open the Destiny Masters decks, which has Yugimoto's deck, Maximilian Pegasus, and Ishizu Ishtar. So we're going to pop this open thanks to Bottom Dollar Trading Cards, which is where I'm recording this actually at. And don't forget to check out the giveaway. There's a couple days left on the giveaway for the Broly themed stuff in the description box down below as well. So let's pop this open. Like I said, this just dropped today. I'm super excited to get into some speed dueling. IRL Duel Links just sounds super fun. We're gonna get it back into some more Duel Links on the channel. I'm grinding up a lot of stuff, so expect that. Okay, so as you can see in the package, I've ripped it a little bit. We got this. These look like crayon boxes. These look like adorable little crayon boxes. I mean, look at them, guys. They literally look like crayon boxes. Okay, so we have the Yugi, the Pegasus, and Ishizu. So let's start off with the King of Games himself and the Yugi. Comes with the little, we also have these, the variant cards. But it also comes with the field, which you can see there's only 3 spell and trap card zones. They pretty much made it the same size as the regular one, and if you have any questions about the rules, they have the rules there on the back for you. Pretty awesome. So the biggest difference between Yu-Gi-Oh! And Speed Dueling, which actually Speed Dueling is actually slower than regular Dueling, which thank God. We're going to pop open these variant cards and see what ultra rares we got. So each of these comes with 3 variant cards. The variant cards are all the same for like all the Yugis, and then all the Kaibas are the same. So we have Shard of Greed. Each time you draw a card for your normal draw phase, put a greed counter on this card, send this card with 2 or more greed counters to the graveyard, and draw 2 cards. Pretty freaking snazzy. Also, I love that holo. You can see it says Speed Duel right down here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it says Speed Duel. So in Speed Duel, you can only use card that has that logo in it. So that's pretty nice. We have Golden Apples. When you take battle damage while you control no monsters, you gain life points equal to the battle damage you took. If you do so, special summon 1 Malice token, Fiend, question mark, its attack and defense is equal to the life points you gained by this effect. So pretty nice. Can save you for some pretty weird spots, but not anything deadly. And then Mimic Hat. If you control a Toon World and a Toon Monster, target your 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. If it is a monster, special summon it to the field. If it's a spell or trap, set it on the field. You can only activate 1 Mimic Hat per turn. So each of these is meant for a certain deck. Boom, boom, and boom. So let's start off with the King of Games himself, and let's pop open his deck. So these are all 20-card decks, except for Joey's. He actually has a side deck, or he actually has an extra deck. You can see the list of what everything's supposed to be in right here. We're going to pop it open and check it out for ourselves. Oh, there's a little pull tab here. Okay. So these come with skill cards. There's 3 skill cards in each deck. We have Power of Dark. All Fiend and Spellcaster monsters gain 200 attack and defense. Also, all Fairy monsters lose 200 attack and defense. You have Destiny Draw. If you lose 2,000 or more life points, you can activate this skill during your next draw phase. During your draw phase, you may search your deck for a card, reveal it to your opponent, and add it to your hand instead of drawing. If you do flip this card over, pretty much just shows it's a regular Yu-Gi skill. All of them have pretty much the same back, so you flip it over at the beginning of the duel, after you have decided who goes first, just to figure out, so nobody knows what skills you're using. And then Final Draw. Activate this skill during your main phase, once per turn. During your turn, you may place a counter on this skill. If it has 3 or more counters on it, when you would draw a card, if this card has 3 or more counters on it, when you would draw a card, search your deck for any card and add it to your hand. At the end of the turn you use the skill, you lose the duel. So this is a pretty double-edged sword here, but I think it's actually one of the strongest skills we've got here. So let's take a look and see what Yugi's got in his deck. We got Dark Magician, Feral Imp, nice and classic. Rogue Doll. We got 2 Rogue Dolls. We got a Dark Magician Girl. That's spicy. We got Legion, the Fiend Jester. We have 2 of those. Mystic Stern. Double Costone. Blue Dragon Summoner. I remember how hard this card was to get in Duel Links. It was one of, I want to say it was one of the first supers in the first set. 1,000 Knives, Sage's Stone. This was I believe this was either a Yugi's or Tea's drop skill, or drop card. Dark Magic Attack, Ryoku, some farming decks here. We got Tribute Doll, Wonder Wand, Light Force Swords, classic Yugi, Magician's Circle, Magic Jammer, and 7 Tools of the Bandit. So, pretty Yugi-esque. Definitely, like, a lot of these cards, maybe not like the Legion Fiend Jesters and Dark Magician Girl, but a lot of these cards feel a lot like Set 1, like Yugi's starter deck, which is pretty crazy. Let's move into a Shizu. Let's pull a little pull tab here. Ah, didn't actually pull off. Okay. We got 3 skills here. We got Prescience. If your opponent's life points are twice of your life points, activate this skill. You may look at the top of both players' decks at any time. Interesting. I don't know how useful that'll be in the meta, but that's a really interesting skill. Gravekeeper's Lot. If you lose 1,800 life points or more, you can activate this skill during your next draw phase. During your draw phase, you may search your deck for a Gravekeeper card. Reveal it to your opponent and then add it to your hand instead of drawing, and then flip this card over. Pretty standard to the Yugi one. I think they all kind of have a skill like that. And then you have Millennium Necklace. This was the one previewed earlier when they were previewing the stuff for the game. At the start of your opponent's turn, before you draw, you may look at the top 3 cards of their deck, rearrange them in any order. You can only use this skill once per duel. So it's really interesting the way they phrase this. You can only use this skill once per duel, but then this one says flip this card over. So I don't know why they use 2 different kinds of wordings there. But let's see what she has in her deck. So we have Gravekeeper's Curse, Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier. We have 2 of those, which is super nice. We have Gravekeeper's Vassal. So with that and Ryoku, you know what I'm seeing with farming decks here. We're just missing our Magical Cerberus. So we have Gravekeeper's Chief, Gravekeeper's Cannon Hold, 2 Assailants, Gravekeeper's Priestess. Since we don't have Necro Valley in the game, this is pretty much the closest we're going to get to Necro Valley. We have 2 of those. Gravekeeper Recruiter, which is super important. This card, if you control this card, you control is sent to the graveyard. Add 1 monster with 1,500 attack or less. Gravekeeper's monster with 1,500 attack or less from your deck to your hand. We got one of those. We got 1 Gravekeeper Shaman. This card gains 200 attack points for every Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard. Negate all monsters' effects that activate in the graveyard except for Gravekeeper monsters. While Necro Valley is on the field, your opponent cannot activate field spells. Also, field spells cannot be destroyed by your opponent's skills. So that's super snazzy, and I definitely think we're going to get Necro Valley in the game eventually. We have Gravekeeper's Oracle, the big boss monster of the Gravekeepers. A Cat of Ill Omen. We have Gravekeeper's Steel. Hidden Temple of the Necro Valley. Activate when both a Gravekeeper monster and a Necro Valley are on the field. Neither player can special summon monsters except for Gravekeeper monsters. Either a Gravekeeper's or a Necro Valley is not on the field to destroy this card. So do we have a Necro Valley in this deck? Sibek's Blessing, Blast Held by Tribute, and Rite of Spirits, and Eye of Truth. So we don't have Necro Valley on field in here, so which is very interesting. They have a card. Maybe I'm misreading something, but it's weird that they have a card that says, "Hey, you need to have Necro Valley," and then they don't have Necro Valley. Maybe we'll get set 1. Maybe we'll get it set 1. Last but not least for the starter deck, we have the Toon Master himself, Pegasus. This one I'm super excited for, actually, because this one comes with a big bad boy, which if you play Duel Links at all, his deck was meta for the first couple sets. It was crazy. So he has 3 skills just like the other ones. It's a Toon. Treat this card as a Toon World. Pretty awesome. Mind Skin, which we definitely know from Duel Links. This is actually the nerfed version. At the start of your 3rd turn, if your life points are 3,000 or higher, activate this skill. It counts both players' turns, so 1, 2, 3. You may look at all of your opponent's set, spell, and trap cards at any time. If your life points drop below 3,000, flip this card over. And then we have Millennium Eye. At the start of your duel, you can look at your opponent's opening hand, then choose, if you choose, have that player either shuffle their hand into their deck and draw a new hand. Both players use the skill at the same time, The turn player resolves their skill first. So that's super interesting. I really like that. Start a duel, look at your opponent's opening hand. You may choose to have that player shuffle their... Okay, so you only choose to shuffle your opponent's deck, potentially. That's super interesting. So his deck concludes Rogue Doll, Toon Alligator, 2 of them, Parrot Dragon. This is one of those cards I always wanted as a kid. I don't know why I never had it, but it was just like a cool little, I don't know, Dark Rabbit. I think his Parrot Dragon was so good. I enjoyed Parrot Dragon in Duelist of the Roses. Toon Mass Sorcerer, we have 2 of those. We have Toon Mermaid, Toon Summon Skull, Relinquish, the big bad boy himself, Relinquished. Ooh. Black Illusions Ritual, Toon Table of Contents, Toon Rollback, 2 copies of Toon World, a Yami. So if you have Yami and Yugi's skill, you can have basically double Yami, which is absolutely insane. Sword of the Deep-Seated, Toon Defense, Jar of Greed, and Wild Tornado. If we get any combo support, it's going to be absolutely insane with Wild Tornado. But that is the Destiny Masters deck, or set of decks. If you want to check it out for yourself, don't go to your local card shop and pick it up, but we're going to check out the other deck tomorrow. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm actually really excited for this one. This one seems like it might be better. Let me know which set of decks you think is better in the comment section down below. Check out tomorrow's video. We do TCG stuff all the time on this channel. We do Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon here on this channel, so hit that up. If any of that interests you, tickles your fancy, don't forget to check out the giveaway in the comment section and all that kind of stuff. See you guys in the next video. Have a great day. PokeRuss out. Peace.